Almost 20 years after the events of the first film, the brother of Heather from the original movie finds evidence that she might still be alive. He and a small group of friends go to the Black Hills Forest to look for her. Hey everybody, I'm Gino Reynolds from The Real Gino. Today we're going to take a look at Blair Witch, which was revealed at this year's San Diego Comic-Con to be the true sequel to the Blair Witch Project. While I kinda like the original film, I feel that by now the gimmick has been played out. That being said, this true sequel at least stays true to the original, unlike the atrocious Book of Shadows. It does what a decent sequel should do, which is progress the story of the original and add some new things. This movie does these things and feels familiar, maybe a little too familiar. While the technology has changed because, well, times have changed, a lot of what this movie does feels a little too much like the original. This is not saying that there isn't anything new in the movie, because there is, but I also feel that the filmmakers relied a little too much on the aesthetic from the first movie. A lot of people are calling this movie a rehash or a pseudo-reboot because there are scenes that feel like they came from the first film. For me, I feel that they did change enough that it works. One big difference in this one is that it definitely feels more scripted than the first time around. There are times that this works for the movie, adding some decent humor from time to time, but there are other times that it works against it. Part of the original's charm is that the three main characters felt more like real people because their dialogue wasn't heavily scripted. There are scenes in the sequel that feel a little forced because they have to stick to a script. I also feel that, for better or worse, there are a lot more jump scares than the first movie. While I feel that this one took a little too long to get going, the last third of the movie is definitely its strongest asset. There is some creepy imagery and some claustrophobic moments that really work well. While I can say these scenes weren't really scary, they can be pretty tense. Lastly, this movie will probably leave you with more questions than answers. There are some things that happen that aren't really made clear, which I would assume the filmmakers are saving for more movies. Without giving away too much, there is a time paradox thing that doesn't really get explained, and we don't really get a good look at the Blair Witch, but I can tell you what you do see looks a hell of a lot better than those lame toys that came out years ago. While I feel this movie is about 17 years too late, this is still a decent sequel to a movie that changed how horror movies are made, for better or worse. This should have been the sequel we got instead of Book of Shadows, but remember, it's only just one guy's opinion. As always, thank you for watching. For more of the latest movie reviews and entertainment news, subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel and go to the Real Gino Facebook page and give it a like. Until next time, I'm Gino Reynolds from The Real Gino.